Hi, everyone. It is now time to continue where we left off on the Revolution of 1800. You know what? This is video two. It's video three, right? So, little mistake. Let's fix that. So we talked about the Revolution of 1800 for the video for last class. We did some map work on it. We saw the results, the electoral results, but there was a lot of it that we missed, a lot of the interesting stuff here. So there was actually two Republican candidates. We have Jefferson and we have Burr. It is the Aaron Burr that kills Hamilton in the duel. They were both running against the Federalists. But back then you didn't run as a ticket. Like now the president and vice president runs on the same ticket. It wasn't like that. Now the Federalists were running Adams for re-election. He had 65 votes, but both Jefferson and Burr had 73. That's a tie. What do you do? The Federalists back Burr, seeing him as not Jefferson. However, Hamilton supports Jefferson because he doesn't like Burr. The House elects Jefferson, 10 states to 4 on the 36th ballot. So I think I actually mentioned a little bit of this from the last video. But look at this here. And these are the votes. This is the map work that you did last class. Do you see evidence of sectionalism yet? Of a north and a south? Is there any we versus they? Coastal versus inland? So do you sense any trends? Are there any surprises? Are you curious why one state went one way and not another? So when you look at this map, you see that the Federalists dominated New England. They had loyalty to Adams. They still had commercial ties to England, and they also feared a social revolution. Jefferson, on the other hand, if you look, had almost everything from Maryland down south. Now, in the middle states, you see a little bit of difference. There is foreign and domestic issues that were slicing society in some complicated ways that may have influenced them differently. Jefferson has most of all the old anti-federalists. So all the people that were sort of leery of the Constitution, Jefferson gets most of them. He gets the agriculturalists, the farming community, if you will, in both the North, right? Look at New York, for example, and the South. But Jefferson's appeal was much broader. He even had urban workers on his side. He wanted the Constitution implemented in ways that were consistent with liberty and maybe a little bit differently than how, let's say, Adams did. Think of this when we think of that political cartoon with Jefferson and the altar to Gallic despotism and the Constitution, right? Some people thought maybe he wasn't honoring the Constitution the way he interpreted it. Now, this is a really big thing. If you're writing notes, which you should be, you want to put a little asterisk here or something. The big significance to this election is that it's the first time control of the federal government passed from one political party to another, right? We have here from the Federalists to the Jeffersonian Republicans, and it happened peacefully and legally. Sure, there were some protests. Sure, there was heated debate, but Jefferson still was elected president, and another party now happens. This happened without a revolution, a literal revolution, even though you call it the Revolution of 1800. And some people say it expanded beyond that. It was the first time in America that it changed hands. People say, look at Western society. It was the first time in hundreds of years. In monarchies, for a new family to rule, you have some sort of war or something. So they say this is the first really peaceful transition of power, and who knows how long. This is a really big moment for America and a really big moment for what America and its ideals stand for. When Jefferson took office, he realized that he wasn't just the president of the people that voted for him. He was the president for the whole nation. And a really powerful part of his speech was when he said, "We are all Republicans. We are all Federalists," right? We are all Americans, basically. Now, Jefferson takes office and the Jeffersonian vision goes into place. Jefferson was concerned about people's political liberty. He thought in order for people to have political liberty, you need economic equality and you need social equality. But there were some things that were getting in the way of economic and social equality. Basically, look at the Industrial Revolution that was happening at the time. Remember what you learned about the Industrial Revolution from last year. He was worried that wealth from the Industrial Revolution, social inequality, these things are threatening a democratic society. So, what is a way you could deal with this? And his solution was expansion. We have this whole continent here. Now, of course, it's not the United States at this time, but it could be. And expansion has lots of benefits. As you have these people setting up an agricultural lifestyle, think farming, things like that, it will increase the opportunities for a democratic society because that won't be an industrialized area. It will be an agricultural area. Also, if you have this expansion, you'll secure borders against people that were threatening you, such as France, Spain, even Britain. Also, it hurt the Federalists, right? They weren't